Our NBA analyst, Jevohn Shepherd, joining us from Indianapolis, where he just watched the Pacers take a 2-1 series lead on Oklahoma City. And Jevohn, specifically that fourth quarter, the Pacers, so impressive the way they were dominant. They managed to close it out. How did they overpower OKC in that final frame?
Well, I thought what Indiana did well was they were able to manufacture a sense of urgency, a sense of desperation, as if they're coming into this game down 2. Right, and everybody played like that. I think, obviously Tyrese Haliburton flirted with a triple-double, had himself an exceptional game, but you really have to credit their defense, especially in that fourth quarter, turning over OKC, but also holding them to low percentages, low 30% shooting the basketball as well. So it was their defense, but you had a number of guys that were stepping up. Bennedict Mathurin obviously had himself a really good game, getting to the rack, being physical. But I also want to give, the bench of Indiana some credit. They outplayed Oklahoma's bench. They also outplayed some of their starters, especially in that second quarter. Early in that second quarter, they went on a 12-4 run while SGA was on the bench. So they did themselves a job. TJ McConnell came in, he played some exceptional defense, gave them some energy, gave them some fight. Then you had Bennedict Mathurin, like I mentioned before, scoring the basketball defensively as well. Shepherd did a good job of taking away SGA's space on the basketball, taking away his air, was really in his shoes, as was Andrew Nembhard. So a number of guys for Indiana. But like I mentioned before, it was the desperation that they manufactured, that fake desperation. And Oklahoma played like they expected to win this game, and that was a big difference.
And then you have Tyrese Haliburton, a.k.a. Mr. Overrated, just continuing to prove that he is, in fact, not overrated at all. 1 rebound away from a triple-double. How do you outduel Shai in this particular game?
Well, I'll say this, right? I don't really care what type of game Tyrese Haliburton has. At the end of the game, I want the basketball in his hands because he seems to deliver, right? He doesn't feel pressure. And if you're talking about both of those guys, I thought Haliburton started the game letting it come to him. And at first I would say, if he plays like this, they're going to get blown out. But it was a marathon, not a race for him. Really got the basketball moving. I thought sometimes even overpassed the basketball. But in that second half, he was really aggressive, started with his floaters. The first half, it didn't seem like he was comfortable shooting the basketball, got it going later on, and you could see his confidence starting to build. And in that fourth quarter, hit a couple key shots, and his team knew to get him to basketball because he's delivered so many times in these playoffs. But he wanted this win, he wanted this victory, and he came out with it.
And then there's the Canadian Bennedict Mathurin. You mentioned him earlier, Jevohn. What a performance. Best performance of his young career as far as the playoffs are concerned. 9 of 12 shooting, 27 points. What impressed you the most about Mathurin's Game 3 performance?
Well, seeing his progression over these playoffs, right, and knowing that he's coming off the bench and he has to deliver in an important game at home as well. But it was the discipline that he had, right? He's played some good defense, but getting to the rim, got to the free throw line, shot the basketball exceptionally well, and utilized his athleticism. Sometimes with Ben, he can get out of character. He's a bit chaotic, but I thought he was really focused tonight in this game and came out with a big game, right? Really gave them a boost offensively and was aggressive, was assertive, was physical, was a force on both ends of the floor. And Oklahoma really didn't have an answer for him. Ben's one of those guys that he has irrational confidence, and you've seen it on display today.
You should have irrational confidence. That's how good you are at this job, buddy. Great work, my friend. We'll see you Friday night, okay? Friday night.
Appreciate you.
You're the best. Jevohn Shepherd. He'll be part of our coverage. Game 4, Thunder Pacers. We'll see what Oklahoma City's got. They're facing a little adversity now. Friday night, 7:30 Eastern, right here on TSN.